Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? What is going on? And welcome to another 7 Express Live. I am your guy, David from Top Bunk Sports, and I got my guys, AP and Chris. Fellas, what is going on? How we feeling?
Oh, it's clean on this side in Queens. Yeah, the broom's out. In my case, the Dyson came out.
The
Mm.
Dyson King. Not the shark,
I
right? You
still
talking
got
about
the
the
broom. I still got the broom in my house.
uh, well, I'm a little
Oh
bit
man,
fancy. I got the shark. For everybody knows the shark brand. I got that one. Before we get into what we wanted to recap, I am not currently live in New York. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, with some family, and I did a little bit of hate watching today. I went to
in
go
person,
visit the enemy
right?
territory in person. Shout out to the San Francisco Giants who gave me a little bit of a early Christmas present. I went to enemy territory to Truist Park, and I went to go see the Braves lose, and it was the most exciting time I had in a while. Not as much as my guys did at City Field. It was a packed house. I know AP, you were there on today, and
Yep.
Chris, I think you were there in the first game. So
Monday.
you,
Yeah.
Monday. So you guys showed out. It was a packed house. But yeah, man, I've been doing a little bit of both hate and love watching at the same time, and it's a
The
good day
Mets
for
actually
me. It's a
reported
good day.
that in this homestand, over 250,000 people went to see the Mets play the Angels and the Reds. So
That's
Met
amazing.
fans are going out in droves to represent for their team. So that's pretty
Well,
cool.
it's because AP. Remember, let's not forget our owner told us to shut up and fan. So this is
Oh,
why we're
yeah.
showing up.
We He
We're
better
just
he
showing
better
up.
show up and make some deals this trade deadline. I'll tell you that much. Yo, before I forget, before I left City Field today, I am not lying to you. There was a kid in a Vogelback jersey. It took everything in my power, a Met Vogelback jersey. I wanted to go and talk to him like, yo, do you have like is there what made you do this?
Is he your
But
cousin or he's related to you? Like,
are you related to him, and or is he like forcing you to wear this? But like I was with my son, and I'm just not weird, so I was
You
like, let
try to
me
keep
just
it
let that.
PG. I
So
get it.
whatever.
I
But
get it. No.
I just was like Vogelback, and I was looking at it, and I was like, nobody else is like looking at this.
well, because
But
the kid was just probably showing you it was that time of year when we got him a couple of years ago. It was this time around, so he's just refreshing your memories.
yeah,
That's what it is,
but
man.
I didn't even know. I mean, I'm assuming that had to be a custom jersey because I can't, in good consciousness, believe that the Mets actually sold a Vogelback jersey. So I mean, only
Hey,
Vogelback and that kid have that jersey in
well,
existence.
well,
Like, there's
well,
nobody.
well, it also could have been a custom. You never know.
Yeah,
It
that's
could
what I'm
have
saying. It
been
had to be a custom made
right,
jersey. Like,
right,
I could not
right.
see anybody
Wow.
like the Mets
But
team
even
store
that is
selling it.
crazy. Even that is crazy. Because process this. You mean to tell me you picked up your 2 feet, moved your legs to back and forth to walk to custom to ask the guy with a straight face, can I have a Daniel Vogelback jersey? Like even that itself, forget about him wearing it. Even that himself is crazy
I
enough.
mean, the only thing
It's
I can think
crazy.
of, he's the on base god.
yeah,
The, the
yeah,
on
yeah,
base god.
exactly right. Listen, I saw a Matt
They forced
Dendecker
that down
jersey.
our throats,
I
man.
thought I seen it all. I seen a Ron Matt Dendecker jersey. I thought I saw it all. I seen a
Man,
Matt
listen.
Newman Heist, and I seen it all. I thought I seen it all, but a Daniel
Look,
Vogelback that
let,
takes the cake.
Ah,
let's try to forget about this because you talking about Vogelback and DJ Stewart. That's next. I don't want to. I don't want to
Oh,
forget. I don't remember, but
oh
this guy's still
shit!
trying to buy diapers,
Yeah,
bro. Let's
yeah.
just
all
forget
right.
about.
But enough with the retreads. We
No, let's
going
talk
into
about exciting baseball that happened
exciting.
this weekend.
Hey, I don't know how people. It's a mixture of both. But let's get into the first one. Obviously, it was a special weekend. We had the Mets coming back home from this for the start of the second half of the season, and we had David Wright retirement retirement ceremony, also him being inducted into the Mets Hall of Fame. First of all, before we get into that series, I just want to, I think on behalf of myself, on behalf of AP, on behalf of Chris and Amish, shout out to Amish who couldn't be here. That's our guy. On behalf of everybody here at Seven Express, we just want to say congratulations to the GOAT, David Wright, on everything that he has accomplished. He truly deserves getting his number retired and going into the Mets Hall of Fame. He has done a lot, not only for the fan base, but for the city of New York, for the town of Queens. He's put on this organization on his back. And, I don't mean that literally. Obviously, we know his injury history, and it is a sad thing because we know what he was doing before he got hurt. We knew when he was healthy, David Wright was an unstoppable force. If he would have, in my opinion, if he would have continued playing and he didn't have those injuries, I think he would have gone into the Baseball Hall of Fame. But he truly deserved that moment. And again, I'm just happy that I was there live to witness that. I'm happy that for the Met fans that were able to watch it, we're there to take the time to watch it because he truly deserved that moment. That's a moment that I will never forget. I'm sure AP and Chris can agree with that because for me as a youngin, he's part of my childhood. Just watching him throughout the years and being able to appreciate him as a player and what he's done for the organization, he truly deserved that. Fellas, any comments on that before we get into the Red Series?
I mean, for me, David Wright, he embodied everything that you wanted from a Mets baseball player. Like he gave up, literally, he gave up his body to do what we were wishing any Met could do, with basically trying to win a World Series. It's just a shame that his career was cut short because you really felt that had he not gotten injured, he most likely would have been in the Hall of Fame. You would have loved to have seen a healthy David Wright in that 15 series. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Who knows what that would have looked like if we would have had a healthier David Wright. Just like he did things. I mean, you've heard stories. I'm not gonna repeat all of these stories, but you hear stories about all the things he did on and off the field to represent the team. The Wilpons being stupid, building Citi Field against the things that he did right, so it took away some of his power. It's just a lot. I just really wish that he would have won that championship, more so than any other player. If he could have got a do-over, you really would have wanted to see what he could have been without that injury and what could have happened in his career. But he really did have a lot of highlights before that made him earn that captain status and really be the face of the franchise for all the years that he was here. So tremendous career. It was awesome looking at some of those highlights because it really brought me back. A lot of if you guys saw the SNY documentary, a lot of painful memories, man. It's just his career was surrounded by a lot of Mets choking, a lot of that 06 series that I don't think I'll ever get over. It's just a lot of stuff that you wish that had one or two things gone right, he would have ended up with such a different story. But I mean, I think that it's also a story of that's life, right? You just gotta go with the punches. You're not always gonna get the fairy tale ending, right? But that doesn't necessarily have to define you. You still got the heart of a champion. You still fought every day. You persevered. And if you could look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it everything that I got, and I, went through all these lumps and I'm still standing, then at the end of the day, that makes you a champion of life, which David Wright certainly is.
Absolutely. Chris, any thoughts on David Wright's ceremony on Saturday before we get into this?
Oh, man. Well put together, man. Shout out to the Mets for that. That was very
Absolutely.
emotional, and
that was beautiful.
First thing to think of is all the highlights and everything he went through, and then it comes to because you live through the moment when you saw this guy come up. Because I still remember when he got called up, the hype around him. This was a time before Twitter and social media, and you didn't really know prospects, but you knew David Wright. You knew he was coming up. You heard about him, and he didn't disappoint. And you live in the moment and you don't realize how good he really was. Like, look at his stats. You be like, oh my God, this guy hit 30-30 like 3 years in a row. Like, he was good, man. He was Hall of Fame trajectory, and unfortunately, made one play, hurt his back, and he was born with spinal stenosis. So it was gonna happen eventually. He just sped up the process with that play, but it is what it is, man. Shout out to him for being a Met, and hey, he grew up a Met fan. That's another thing too. He's he's our Tom Seaver of our generation. Like, he's the franchise, and we think about it like, people lived before us and stuff. They saw the '69, the '70, but we didn't. We weren't born in that era. But for us, he's our Tom Seaver. Like, I wouldn't be surprised they make a David Wright statue somewhere in the state. Like, he deserves. That's how much he meant for your generation and our generation. We clashed together like it was. I wish it could have ended a storybook with the 15 World Series, and he could have ride off the ship with that, but it didn't happen that way. But he's the captain, man, and he deserves all the credit. He put his body on the line for his team. He loved this team. He still loves this team, man. He's like one of us. As you can see, he still hates the Phillies. He don't rule anything for the Phillies. That's us, bro. That. What else can you want? He's just one of us. And shout out to him for a great career. And hopefully, people know more about him. The new generation knows about him, how good he really was.
Absolutely. I think the best part about that whole thing is how blunt, like you said, Chris, how blunt honest he was about not liking the Phillies. He said it himself, and it just again, you already had the respect for him and the love that you had for him, but him just coming out and saying that on camera was just like, yo, that was a cherry on top. Because we like you said, we know how we feel about the Phillies. So for him to come out and say that, I mean, Jose Reyes even said it when he first started doing the post games on SNY. He said it. The one team he hated was the Phillies. So for his best friend / guy on the right to
Hmm.
his teammate on the right to say the same thing, is like you knew what the disdain was, and especially them winning the title in '08 when those two guys were in their prime. That I'm sure that fueled a lot of the hatred even more. So again, not to take away from what we were talking about, but I think that was a dope thing, a dope moment. But shout out to David Wright. Like I said, he truly deserved that. That's a
And one
moment I
thing
won't
before
forget.
we let this moment pass, the
Mhm.
only Met to play his entire career that's retired up there too. So that's a big accomplishment.
Truly deserved it, man. Truly deserves it. But and now that we got the emotional part to the side, let's get into the frustrating part of the start before we get into the nice and gritty that
The
we
fun
just
part.
went through. Yeah, right. The Mets, obviously, like I said, started this homestand um against the Cincinnati Reds. Obviously, it was the first series of the second half of the season, and it did not go our way. I mean, if you want to go into game one, I put that in Carlos Mendoza. For those of you that, I'm not gonna obviously go on a tangent. If those of you that want to know my opinion on the whole situation, subscribe to Top Bunk Sports, and you'll see my post game video on that. Um, I want to hear more on what Chris and AP thought about that first game and the rest of the series, because Carlos Mendoza, and he's been held accountable for a lot this year, and it's justifiable. Not saying that to make it seem like he should have never been. It's been justifiable, but this series right here is where people really held them to a high standard when it came to accountability because of his decision making. Fellas, what did you think about that game one specifically, and the rest of and the other two
I
games?
mean, when you say when Mendoza, I thought had a really crappy series. I did not like
Mhm.
those. First, with the pitching rotation, Singa
Mhm.
didn't have anything on Saturday. Singa went more than 10 days without pitching. I really felt like if you were going to do all that, I think the pitching rotation should have been flipped, where Singa probably should have started on Friday. That's pushing that to the side. You bring Manaya in. Manaya is pretty much cruising. You take him out after 4 innings. and you're in a rush to bring in what exactly? What the hell do we have? Like, what are we're bringing in dudes that like played handball down the block, and all of a sudden they're pitching for the Mets, and I'm like, this is what you're rushing to put into the game that Manaea was doing this thing in. Cool story, bro. So then you do that, and the game automatically goes to crap. Like, and then it's just, then he gives you the, well, I didn't want to bring better relievers in because we were losing. All right, so my man, how do we make comebacks? Like, I want you tell me, how do we come back? Like,
well, here's the thing that he did say when it came to them asking him why he brought in Alex Carrari, whatever the fuck his last name is. It's not even worth saying it right at this point because he sucks. The problem with him bringing that dude in is he said he needed innings. Brother, if he needed innings, you should have did it when a high leverage arm already fucked the game up. That's when I would have did that. But the game was in your hands. Now, let's also not forget that after Alex gave up the lead, he got out the inning and he was only down 1. You know what he does again? He brings his brother back out again. And this guy gives up 2 more runs to bust the game open. And he wants to come out there in a straight face in front of everybody and say they needed innings. In what possible, and again, this is for you guys, so I don't want to take any much of your time, but in what way does that make any sense?
It doesn't. And Chris, I'm gonna defer to you this, but yo, why? Where's? Because I really want to talk to Mendoza.
Chris is laughing because I know he wants to get more to say.
Chris
knows, bro.
I gotta get a press pass because my thing is, where is it written that you gotta bring back relievers? Why do you have to bring them back for another inning? Like, where is this rule? Like, I don't see this being done every single game where it's like, oh, you know what? I can't get enough. And this is why, and I probably am wrong, but it really feels like Mendoza comes in with the script every game. And he sits there and he says, all right, today I'm going to go to this guy. This is going to be the way I do it. And this is what I'm going to do. And it doesn't matter if the road's on fire, if there's smoke coming out of Citi Field. It doesn't matter. This is how it's going to go. And this is going to be. And that's what it's going to be. And I don't think you can play baseball like that. That's my take.
You want to know why? Before you go, you want to know why I laughed when Chris laughed? Because Chris has been vocal about holding Mendoza's ass accountable in the group chats, and I haven't said nothing. I haven't agreed with them. Not saying that I don't agree with them. I haven't replied to agree because I'm waiting to see how many more mistakes Mendoza continues to do before Chris just fucking deactivates his account. I'm waiting for it to happen because Chris, I know how he feels.
Chris is gonna go on he's gonna go on a burner like I hate Mendoza's X account. Watch.
It's about to happen. I'm waiting for it to happen. But Chris,
let me go back. I took a deep breath on Mendoza because if you look at it, he didn't make this roster. The man upstairs gave him this roster. Right. But my issue is, if you're trying to win games, there's a big if, because there's a big if here. If you're trying to win games like you say you are, because everybody was all giddy and happy, don't worry, because this is what Stearns told us, and this is what and this is what Carlos Mendoza told us. Don't worry, we're gonna be back. We got guys coming back. We got Manaea coming back after the break. We got Senga coming after the break. Little that they didn't tell us that they were gonna be on pitch counts. That was a surprise to us. So if you guys are happy that you guys are bringing back guys, I'm thinking in my mind, and I'm not telling you they're going to give him a free ride. I understand they're coming back from injury, so you take it slow. But if you know that, why didn't you shift these guys were off for 10 days, everyone. They were all in the All-Star break. You could have switched it, put Manaea first. I mean, you could have put Montas first. You could have put Clay Holmes first. You could have done anything you wanted just to give these guys extra rest. But no, Manaea pitched before the All-Star game. He pitched before that. Remember, he's the one that blew that last game in Kansas City. He pitched great, but He pitched that game, and then he pitched the first game after the break. Like, what are we doing? If you know you're gonna baby these guys, what are we doing? That's first of all. And then the managing of the bullpen is mind blowing because you take out Manaya, fine. He's in a pitch count. We didn't know. Surprise to us. We take him. He takes him out. I don't have a problem with Alex, the Alex dude. I don't have a problem with it. He gave up a home run. Fine. The game was through 3-2. If you're down 1 run, it's okay. Oh no, I think you were up 1 run, right?
No, when he
Or
gave
down.
up the
I think
home
we
run.
were down 1
No,
run.
we were down.
We were down,
We were down 1 run.
We were down 1 run.
Right.
You're telling me that the way because his press conference, this is what he said, that the game got out of hand. The game was 3-2. It was not out of hand. So you didn't use none of your high-level relievers there. You decided to throw this guy for an extra inning. Then the game got out of hand, and then on top of that, you throw in Waddle. Like, why wasn't Waddle the first guy out there? Like, after, if you're gonna take out Alex and he pitched 1 inning and he gave up a run, he gave up the lead. Fine, you bring in Waddle from there, and then you work yourself from there. But no, he's babying these guys because he's thinking about the next game when he's not worrying about the game in front of him. And that's the problem. That is Mendy's biggest problem. He wasn't doing that last year. He's doing it a lot this year. He's thinking about the future before the game in front of him. And this is my issue with him. You play the games in front of you. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know. You don't know what. And guess what the Mets did that game? They almost had a chance to tie the game in the last inning. Almost hit a time. You could hit a game-tying grand slam. You don't know what's gonna happen. But guess what? If he didn't leave that guy for 2 innings, well, guess what? The Mets probably win that game because they didn't score no more runs after that. But that's my issue with Mendy. It's the bullpen management, and then he gives you this story. You know what he sound like, man? You know his new name? That nigga's Boone Mendy. That's his name. Boone Mendy. He sounds just like Boone. And I get it. He comes from the same cloth. They come from he was behind his butt for a whole bunch of years. I get it. But he sounds just like him, bro. He sounds just like him, bro. Like the excuses and I got to give this guy innings. And, well, guess what? You gave him that many innings. Where's that guy at? Haven't seen him since, right? Haven't seen that guy since.
No, and then what about we fast forward to the next game? Right before the game happens. Hey, Carlos, I want to ask you a question. Is there gonna be an innings limit on Kodai Senga? Well, we have a number, but we don't want to say that yet, brother. At some point, y'all gonna have to let this innings limit shit go with Senga. How do you expect Senga? How do you expect Senga to stretch out and get better?
Well, David. We didn't really need innings limit with Senga on Saturday because he took himself out of the game.
No, absolutely. But I'm just talking about in the moment when he said that.
Oh well,
it pissed me the fuck off. And then
these pitch limits things at some point you're gonna have to let people.
You're gonna have to let it go, and then on top of that,
they have a limit on these guys. They're babying these guys because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think they believe that these guys are healthy. They're scared. That's why they're babying them so much. Look, listen,
right.
Manaya's velocity, if you look at all his outings, after the first, second inning, it goes down.
It goes down
dramatically. It goes 3 or 4 miles per hour down. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but it's something. Something's there. Like, remember, this guy's pitching from a different arm slot than anybody else. It takes a lot of pressure on your arm. So I don't know. I blame Mendy for the moves he makes, but there's moves that he makes that are just not explainable. Like that the very next day, he said that he didn't want to use none of his leverage guys because he wanted to save him for the next day because he had a game plan because Waddle, he has to give this guy. Okay, fine. The very next day, he uses all his leverage guys, high leverage guys, when they're losing like 6-2. Like, which one is it? Which one is it? Like, make up your mind. Which one is it? Like, you don't want to use them when you're down 3-2, but you want to use them when they're down 6-2. Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. Like, I think Mendy contradicts himself too much, and that's his biggest flaw this year. And look, listen, I love Mendy. I love what he does. Like, I think he's the perfect manager for this ball club. But the thing is, stop playing games. Just be truthful. Just be truthful. yo, I didn't do this. I messed up. The other days, perfect example with Edwin Diaz. He didn't bring Edwin Diaz. He brings Stanek. What he do the next time? He brings in Diaz before I'll save because he knew he screwed up the day before. Like it's like he's playing. He tries to get too cute. The real word about the way to explain it, he tries to get too cute. He tries to try to surprise the other team with, oh, I'm gonna give this guy an extra inning, and he thinks everybody in that bullpen can pitch multiple innings, and that's not the case. He can't. And I get it. It's the
That's
roster
not
that
a
he has.
norm, man. It's not a norm.
Yeah,
It's just not.
It's not his fault that he didn't make the roster. He's giving
It's not.
it, bro. Stearns keeps picking up guys and throwing them away. You know what the Yankees are doing? The Yankees and Mets, they're borrowing each other's pitchers back and forth. Oh, you use him now, I'll use him tomorrow. I use him the next day, I'll DFA him. That's what they're doing. Yeah, it's like
The Spider-Man meme.
Yeah. That's what they're doing, bro. And that's
Didn't we just share Garcia? Like that's basically what we
right, yeah. He's getting treated like a side bitch, bro. That's what he's getting treated like. Like,
and
bro.
and let me tell you something. We laugh in this, but we saw this movie, the same thing last year. Remember Michael Thompson? We did the same thing to that brother, bro.
The same motherfucker, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As long as they pitch whack for the other team, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. But my thing is that we can't be doing like my whole issue, and this is a Stearns issue now. I'm going to Stearns. You guys say you can't use these young kids in the minors because you don't want to give them spot starts. You know how many times these spot starts came up? More than once. The Mets been throwing bullpen games since the Yankee series. And they've been throwing. You could have used these young kids to piggyback off these guys that are throwing 3 innings. You could have done that. You could have eased their way in and see what you got. But they don't want to do that. But then you don't want to trade them. But then you don't want to use them. So which one is it? Like Stearns got to pick a lane here. Like he'd rather use guys off the streets and know what they're gonna do. They're gonna DFA them. So then later, and 2 days later, you pick them up back up again. Like what are we doing?
I think the interesting conversation that. It'll come to light like everything else. I mean, the Mets have done very good as an organization of trying, of hiding certain things, not letting things leak. But I can't wait until David Stearns and Steve Cohen have a conversation, and Steve Cohen goes, "Listen, I know I gave you the reins, I gave you the keys to make these organizational moves. I got my guy, but my man, you got it. You got to put your money where your mouth is, bro. You got to at least get aggressive." And you got to do something because listen, this small market mentality. I praised it last year because the expectations weren't there. It worked for the team that we had last year. Not this year. Expectations are higher. You got an $800 million player on your fucking payroll. You got to go out there and win. You got to go out there and win a chip. I'm sorry, until he's off this team, which he won't be for the next fucking 15 years. You got to go win a chip. And you can't this small market mentality where again, like you guys say, you just getting guys that are Uber drivers and putting them on the fucking mound, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And just to continue on with the crappiness of the series, so they ruined David Wright. they ruined David Wright's game. Soto almost heroically
hit a fucking tablazo,
foul, but Soto hasn't been. Soto really with people on base has been his kryptonite. It's been a problem all year. Like he doesn't really have any hits with people on base, and it's been an issue. So he almost did it, came like a couple inches short. It was messed up because they showed David Wright's expression. Like you really wanted David Wright to like celebrate, but sadly, just like David Wright's career, just like never got to see that the happiness part of the thing. So it was kind of like a
David Wright, like I see this movie a lot of times. I've been
too many times that this has happened.
Oh, David Wright was like Kobe on his retirement night when he just walked out mid game and was like
with the family. He should have left before.
Just the fuck out of here. I'm done with
those kids. The way that the Mets were batting, he should have took the kids and wife and been like, "It's been nice. I wouldn't have stayed to the ninth." That team.
Thanks for the jacket. Nice color jacket, bro.
It's the tease, bro. It's been happening.
You can't have a Met game without a tease. It just doesn't happen.
No.
And then Sunday actually Soto slide wins the game because the Mets again in this series scoring runs was like their kryptonite. And the only way that they were able to win this game is Torrens hit a rocket to second, and Soto had like a double lead and was able to slide in just ahead of a bang bang play at home for the Mets to win a 3-2 game. But if there was one thing that we could go ahead and circle for that Sunday game, it was the beginning of the Pablo Sanchez era.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Pablo Sanchez era is in full effect. We had Pablo Sanchez from the Backyard Baseball video game, and his mascot was there, and it started some magic, fellas. It started some magic.
Well, I mean, listen, it started magic, and it could have, if it wasn't for the start of Brett Beatty's 2-run homer on fucking Monday, it could have easily died out because we found ourselves in a hole.
We don't talk bad about the Magic.
Hey,
don't talk bad about the Magic.
No. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest.
That was Pablo Sanchez magic on Beatty's bat.
Yo, enough with this fucking mascot bullshit. I'm tired of this crap. This team could never play right.
Oh, and if you don't like that, Elmo was also in the building, and the Mets have been on fire since Elmo's been here too.
This man want to live the gimmick, man.
So think about that.
Gimmicks left and right. Give me all the gimmicks.
The gimmick Mets.
Look at just summarize this week. You have a draft pick who likes to show that he snorts fucking coke on the foul line chalk. You got Pablo, whatever the fuck is. Hey, if it brings us more wins, I'll fucking take it. I don't care.
So stop talking down to the gimmick. So Sanchez comes through on Sunday, and the Mets haven't looked back since. So we had that crappy series. The Angels come in, and then we promptly swept the Angels in 3 games. Chris, you were there on Monday. What was it like Monday night?
Oh, man. Well, the way it started, it was like, here we go again. 4-zip right away. Senga didn't have it. Senga was just... I don't know, man. Senga is just... You know how Senga is one of those pitchers that he has to have everything perfect? You could tell that he was not feeling himself. They scored 4 runs. I got to tell you, I saw this Tyler Ward dude, and I'm like, who is this dude? And this man just kept hitting. And I'm like, yo, can we trade for this guy? But anyway, I was there. The vibes was crazy. Yo, the WWE night, it was packed.
By the way,
the crowd was into it.
Not to switch the topic, but how good did Tiffany Stratton look?
Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax was fighting all night. It was fun.
Chris don't want to say it. It was
fun. It was good. Like, and
I'm realizing now. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I'm like, okay, I see why.
It was fun.
I saw the wink though. I saw the wink.
Beatty came through. Beatty came through with a 2-run homer. Got the crowd back into it. Shout out to Josh. He was planning to leave. He was trying to pull the AP. I was like, yo, I did he was gonna do the AP. I'm like, yo, please, Josh, just stay. Don't worry. We just gotta watch this out.
I love how we call it the AP move now.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. It worked. It worked.
He hit a home run, and then from there on, they went off, and then
that was one of the better. Well, that was one of the better games that the Mets have had.
And shout out to Alvi, because what did I tell you guys? I told you guys.
This was definitely the Alvi redemption series too.
I told you guys, if this guy comes back and starts raking the way he used to, Chavez is the problem. I don't want to hear it.
Now, what have I been saying since the month of May, fellas? What have I been saying?
I feel like you're gonna tell us.
No, I don't have to, because I'm not gonna repeat what the fuck I've been saying. I'm just saying, what have I been saying? You guys know.
It's clear as day. He's the problem.
It's definitely
Chavez's fault. It's not a coincidence that every kid that goes down, they come back up. They're good. Like Beatty. Remember, Beatty went down in May, and ever since then, he's been pretty good, pretty solid. Not consistent, but he's been solid.
He's been solid, right?
Alvi went down, started hitting home runs. He brought that up to the majors, and I know, I get it. It's 2 games, it's a sample size, but he looks better at the plate. Took 2 walks, hit a double, hit a home run. Vientos ain't no saving him. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I'm trying to still figure that one out.
Yo, Vientos actually broke out in the game I went to today and just continues to be stupid. Like, I mean, broke out it for him, I should say. I shouldn't even say broke out like the regular way. He hit a double, and we'll get to it when we go to this game, I guess. But
we can skip game 3. Like game 2, they won.
Game 2, yeah. Game 3. So I go to this game, the day game. I thought immediately we had like the pitching advantage because Manaea was pitching. I was just scared, to be honest, that they were going to take him out and then all bets were off. First inning, Nimmo gets the home run. We get off to a good start. Manaea looks great, impressive. He gives up that. And I can't even be mad at the home run he gave up to Trout because if you look at the home run to Trout, that ball was like a good couple inches off the plate. He reached for it and got it out. Sometimes you just gotta tip your hat. He ran into some trouble when he got like the bases loaded, but he was able to get out of it. Gave up only 1 run. He went 5 innings. I know he's on a pitch count. It is what it is. The Mets finally, you get Lindor that finally gets out of his 0-for Ordonez streak that he was going on, and he was out, and he got us the lead back. Then you have Pete hit that monster home run, and after that, you felt like it was cruise control. Brazoban did his thing, and then this
man,
Guto is Gulo because he really sucked today. And I was waiting for this man to just destroy the game. I was like, yo, if Budo gives up, let's say he gives up 1 more run and the game gets within like 2, I was like, oh my God, the Mets are gonna lose this game. Like the whole game felt like it was this game was ours. Budo came in giving hits to people that were librarians yesterday, and the Angels just brought him up to play. Like, I was like, yo, this dude just hit a monster rocket. Travis d'Arnaud, who nobody's seen since 2017, it just got almost killed Brett Beatty. Like, I was like, okay. So they're hitting moonshots off you. Like, I was like, yo, for that, you should have just remained sick. And thank God that we had one competent arm. Brooks Raley didn't have it today, but he had enough to get out of the inning. Yo, but this is where if Stearns wants to look the fan base in the eye after this trade deadline passes and say to them, nah, we don't need an 8-7 guy. Like, we're good. We could just get some guy that's been good in the Mexican Winter League, and he just hasn't fulfilled his potential ever. But we're sure that we could turn him around. If he tries to sell me that after the fact that we were beating a dead Angels team by 3 runs, and you have to bring in your closer to get a 4-out save, then you are full of crap. Because you do not believe in anybody in that bullpen to get you 1 out against the Angels. Let that sink in.
Yeah, and this is a nice segue to talk about our next topic, the trade deadline. Listen, we swept these guys. I want to mention the game 2. I forgot we skipped through it, but Albi had a game-tying home run. He had a good game, man. He threw out a runner. We had a great series. We can't knock it. We had a great series. But let's talk about the trade deadline now. And this is great what you just said. It will be malpractice if they go into the trade deadline and don't get 2 real name guys, bullpen guys. Not no de que Love Lady, not de que Rico Suave, not these guys with these weird names. You gotta get real bullpen arms.
Rico Suave, yo. Okay.
And he knows that. I think he knows that. My problem with Stearns. And he has a track record. And that track record tells you he never really makes a big trade. The only big trade he's made, and this was in the offseason, I believe, it wasn't during the season, was the Yelich trade. Other than that, he doesn't make big trades. And I don't know. This is what scares me the most. And the way that everybody, and I don't know if this is because Stearns holds stuff to his chest and he don't leak nothing. Maybe that's a good thing. But the way that the reporters are reporting this is that they don't know what's gonna happen because Stearns is he's a mid guy. The guy does the little moves. He doesn't do the big moves. So he's scared to pull the trigger on this prospects and all that. Those are the rumors. That's the way they're reporting things. And I tend to believe that until he proves me wrong. So this deadline is probably the biggest deadline in the Steve Cohen era and the David Stearns era. Because 2022, we criticized them. But if you look back, if we're smart enough, the Mets had no farm system. They couldn't really do much. 2023 was the rebuild deadline. That's the one that we got all our prospects and we built up the farm. 2024 was the mid off season, the mid trade deadline because we know we were like mid. We didn't know. This year is the year where everybody knows that you're a contender, championship contender team. Now Stearns, let's see what he does. If he don't live up to it, and I'm not saying big blockbuster moves or anything, I'm just telling you, make the moves that make sense. Don't give me the head scratching moves and the guys that nobody knows. Don't give me that.
I agree with, and I was looking at the names as to who the Nets have been connected to, like the rumors that you've been hearing so far. Robert Jr. was the biggest one that we've been hearing. I know that we joke around about that. Like a lot of people were saying, "Oh man, 200 hitter, blah blah blah." We could always talk about the defects, but Robert Jr. is a plus defender. He's been hitting consistently the last couple of days. I think he was hitting well over 300 the last 7 games. The dude kills right-handed. I'm assuming left-handed pitching. So something that the Mets have been getting destroyed with. Tyrone Taylor has not been doing anything offensively. For the Mets right now, I think it's a disservice to the Mets, no matter what you want to say about McNeil and his bat. McNeil should not be playing center field for a team that is playing for championship teams. You cannot tell me that McNeil brings any type of defense out there that you think is going to be serviceable in a key spot. And I just think that it's ridiculous that they keep sending him out there. To his credit, McNeil hasn't looked crappy out there.
Yeah, I can't knock him.
He can't knock. He even robbed a home run. So God bless him for that. But I just think that the Mets should pull the trigger on getting a center fielder that could actually play. Now, they've been linked to Robert Jr. I do think that Mullins possibly could be had depending on what they want there. But I think that Robert Jr. At this point would be a way to go. Depending on what the White Sox want too, though. Like I'm not let's not get it confused. I'm not giving them a top prospect for Robert Jr.
Well, and I'm glad you said that because rumors has it that there were 2 teams. They didn't say the 2 teams, but rumors has it that 2 teams were in aggressive on him. But the problem is and this is credit to the White Sox because we did that too in 2023. They said that they'll eat all his contract, all of it, but they want a top prospect in, like a real top prospect. And that's where you be like, you don't know.
And that's when you pivot to the Mullins. And I got to tell you, Mullins isn't the end-all, be-all guy, right? But with the one thing that I think that Mullins does for a team is his speed. Like we saw when we were watching the Baltimore series. He could impact the game with his legs. And I think that that's something that the Mets need a lot more of. I don't know. At this point, Mullins isn't what he used to be. I don't know what he would provide, but I do think that he would at least be a spark plug in the bottom of the lineup that desperately needs it. So that's something in terms of that. Another bat that I heard that today, Jeff Passan came out and said that the Mets were possibly in on Suarez. I am begging, like, if you even remotely go on the internet and like come across this, for the love of God, just if I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even lying to you. If Suarez joins the Mets lineup is the best lineup in all of baseball, and that could possibly win you the championship. That is how much of a big difference it would be to add a Suarez to this team. I can't. You and Chris, you mentioned Tyler Ward. Tyler Ward's numbers aren't crazy. Tyler Ward's numbers are really impressive.
Pretty
70,
solid.
yeah, he has 71 RBIs, I believe, 23
23
home
home
runs.
runs.
The only problem is that the brother is just all or nothing. Like he's
the
batting
only
like
thing that
211 or something.
I think he plays first, left, and obviously DH.
Yeah, he plays
Those
left.
people.
He DHs. I'm cool with but I'm only cool with that to a certain extent. Like it, and again with the prospects, because I'm not giving up on them. You know what? I don't even know what we don't bring these prospects in. I don't know what they are, so I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Forget about the prospects,
Send them
because
all.
David
Send
Stern
them
told us himself. He told us himself, clear as day, because they asked him, "Do you see any more position players helping you out in September call-up?" He didn't even say. He said no, like clearly no. He don't see not one coming up. What does that tell you? He has no faith in none of them. Like, none of them is coming up this year. That's it. This is what he said. What we
and
got.
Gilbert's
that's what we
actually
got.
doing pretty decent lately, so I don't know. He doesn't. Gilbert's
Bro,
gonna be 87 years old when he comes up.
I'll be honest with you. He has to stop doing that, because to be honest with you, you're killing the confidence of these kids, man. The fact that Drew Gilbert could have came up this year and maybe solved your center field issues, so you wouldn't have to keep running a Jeff McNeil out there and having to deal with the inefficiency of Tyrone Taylor offensively, and instead you want to bank on either possibly making a trade for center fielder or keep using those two guys. To me, it's like, come on, dude, don't shoot yourself in the foot. This kid can hit. He's a really good defender at center field. I will rather take what I could get with Drew Gilbert every day at center field than having to take the inconsistencies from Jeff McNeil defensively at center field and the inconsistencies offensively from Tyrone
And
Taylor.
I like to add one thing to that.
Yeah.
Gilbert doesn't have any tape on him.
No.
So the league,
No.
this would be a spot where the league doesn't really know him, and the Mets could definitely take advantage.
But my thing is, AP, that should have happened. You know when that should have happened? The moment that series went down, you knew, because we all knew, because we saw this last year. We saw this last year that Taylor, I love him. Great defensive center fielder. I love it. But he's a fourth outfielder. And we saw it with Bader last year. These guys were 2 fourth outfielders switch, and they had to platoon them at one point because they couldn't. None of them could have taken over the job because they're not an everyday player. They're not like that. They're fourth outfielders. So the Mets had the opportunity to call up Gilbert, see what he had. He's 24 years old. Like, how long he's gonna be? No, I think he's 25 already. How long you gotta give this guy to see what he got? How about that kid was the spark in the lineup, and now you don't have to trade for a play. Now you can focus on the bullpen and the but you don't know that because you don't want to give the kid a shot. So now you have to trade prospects for a center fielder because that's your fault. That's disservice to you. You misplayed this. So now you can't hold on to the prospects and not get a center fielder because you don't want to let go. So which one is it? Like, you can't have it both ways. You gotta give something up to get your team better. Because I tell you this much, guys: if the Mets go into this offseason, to this trade deadline, and do the mid moves, the little pieces here, they're not a serious team. Nobody's taking them serious. What do the Dodgers do? The Dodgers just won the World Series. And they're over here talking about we're gonna get this, we're gonna get that, because you know why? Because that's what they need. And guess what? Their farm system can do it. Well, our farm system can do it too. But the Mets don't want to do it.
Yeah, they're not afraid.
Do we think that Dave Dombrowski from the Phillies is going to sit back and say, well, I'm gonna sit back and do the little. No, they shoot big because they know what their window is. And the Mets, this is the Mets' problem. They're looking at that window 15 years because we got 15 years. No, the window starts as soon as you sign him. As soon as you sign that guy that's playing right field, that window's been started. And don't forget about the guy that's playing center, that's playing shortstop for you, because you basically forget about him. He's getting older. You can see right now that his toe is hurting him clearly. You can see it, and I gotta give him credit. This man has been carrying this team for years. Like, bro, like you got 1 year of Pete Alonso. Nobody knows what's gonna happen with that. So this is the perfect opportunity to go all in, throw your chips on the table, and you go for it. Because guess what? At the end of the day, if you win a championship, all that doesn't matter. None of it matters. But you gotta try for it. You can't be scared. You cannot be scared. When you play, when you are a championship caliber team, you cannot do this scared. You gotta go all in.
Right. And here's a fact. And here's another thing too. You talk about the Suarez thing. You're trading for Suarez on a walk year. If you get him now, and let's say hell, Game 7 World Series, you lose it, right? 1 game away from winning the whole thing. You can bring him back if you want to, or you let him go. It doesn't hurt, because you want to know something. You weren't gonna do shit with those prospects anyways. You weren't gonna do nothing. You were gonna let those kids rock if you had an opportunity. That's what it tells me.
No, but he's letting them rock. It's not that you're gonna let them. He is letting them rock.
No, right. He's gonna continue to let them do that. If he doesn't do nothing with him again. Drew Gilbert and Jet Williams are perfect examples. Blake Tidwell, perfect example. Fucking McLean. If McLean keeps pitching the way he's pitching and they don't do nothing with this kid, he's fucked. Like, you're letting these prospects who are actually finding their way through, you're letting them just sit there. And again,
there's another thing. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was gonna say there's another thing that they're doing too that nobody talks about. This guy Jet Williams is murdering Double-A. Like, you've seen his OPS in Double. He has a 900 OPS, hitting 290. And he still hasn't got called up. He still hasn't even got promotion. Not even the call up, the promotion. What does that tell you? You got a kid named Jonah Tongue just putting his tongue down that league, bro. Like, this kid is just like, he's unreal, bro. Like, this kid has a 1.74 ERA, and you don't want to give him a promotion. You know why? Because he's 20 years old. So what is the point of you? What is the point of you doing your job if you're not gonna get credit for it? Like, you're not gonna get nothing out of it. This is about.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to change the topic. The reason why I put those faces a couple minutes ago is because the Phillies and the Red Sox are tied, and everybody knows how important that game is for us after we won today. So, just an update: the Phillies and the Red Sox are tied.
Threw some pair of balls.
Yes, they actually were down 4. They were actually down 5-0, and in the 5th inning, the Red Sox scored all 6 runs before JT Realmuto hit a game tying home run in the 8th inning. So they're tied right now. Just to update.
And just piggybacking on what you were saying, the landscape of baseball right now, to me, it's wide open. I don't see any dominant teams. I see a lot of flawed teams out there. So this trade deadline is huge for any team that's really trying to kind of separate themselves. I looked at the Mets. The Mets right now are 59 and I believe 44 or something to that effect. The Mets, in order for the Mets to get to, let's say, a 95 wins, they would need to win 36 games out of the 59 that they have left. So they have to be at least 13 games over 500 in order to do that. I mean, I really do think it's going to take around a 95-ish to win this division right now, because I think that both teams are going to be neck and neck. We have the 12th hardest schedule in baseball. So the Mets are going, and that probably plays to the Mets because the Mets always play up or down to their competition.
Better with better competition.
So to me, you cannot play October winning baseball with these scrub relievers. You can't tell me. And if you don't have faith in these pitchers to go more than 4 or 5 innings, then you've got to figure out a way to get somebody in here that's going to do it. Another name that popped up, also talking about, before I even get to the other name, talking about the minor leaguers, something that was mentioned. I don't know if Stearns is going to do it. He's done it in the past. Bring up these minor league pitchers to be relievers
But my thing,
in the pennant.
but my thing, AP, and I'm glad you brought that up. But AP, wouldn't you do that earlier when you got time to see what they are? How
I
about
think
if you
the
don't make
only
no
shot I could give you for that is I think that they wanted to let them accumulate the innings so they can be stretched out. And now that they've got those innings under their belt, now they could be like, okay, now we're going to just use you and limit your innings so you're not going over.
That's like a risky gamble because let's say
100%.
Let's say they don't do no big time reliever market. Let's say because Stearns was scared to pull the trigger or whatever the case is. They didn't find the right deal. Blah 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 blah. We'll bring up the kids to relieve. Bro, that's no guarantee they're gonna be any good. How about if they're not good? Guess what?
100%.
You're stuck with that option. That's it. There's no other cards in their left. There's nothing else. There's no waiver wire. There's not years past that there was waiver wire trades. No, that they don't exist no more. This is the only time you got to upgrade. So this is what my issues with that. If you don't know what you're gonna trade for, like if you don't know that, like you as Stearns, because he must know more than everybody else. Obviously, he plays that he don't know. He knows what he's doing. If you don't have no doubt of trading, so then you should have called up these kids earlier to see what they were
before the trade deadline passes by. That makes sense.
Yeah, because now if you don't make a trade, now you're putting more pressure on these kids to be good. Because if they're not good, we're screwed.
And the reliever thing is not the same thing as starting. It's not the same thing. You're coming in on a fly. You might have people on base. Like you're gonna be asked to do stuff that you're not really accustomed to doing. Like that's not normal.
Yeah, they just have to figure something out. It's getting sick and tiring of having to talk about these prospects and not knowing what they're gonna do with them. I mean, last year we were all fucking killing Jet Williams, saying he wasn't gonna be shit, and now look how this shit's turned around. He's fucking killing it.
Bro, so now actually he was hurt. Like, he was hurt all
Yeah,
year.
but I trust me, Chris. I remember the group chat. They were still killing this motherfucker.
Of course.
So again, now you look at it, and now it's like he's healthy, he's playing great. So it's like,
no, listen. Let me go back to this. This is what I tell you that this front office is like. They think that we're dumb, but we're not dumb because we watch the team like a hawk. Like we dissect everything they say. You remember when they called up Acuna? And they said, no, he's ready to come up because we gave him a couple of games in center field and we feel him comfortable center. How many games has he played in center field? Have you seen him? How many innings have you seen him play center field? They're not comfortable shit. You know why? Because it was all roster manipulation. That's all it was, bro. It was time. It was the time clock shit. Like, if he get one more, if he was getting called up for a certain period of time, he loses an option. That's valuable for teams. Like if you're trying to trade a guy where you want to trade a guy that has a lot of options because teams like that. Options is like key to everything. So the Mets knew what they were doing. The Alvey stuff that, oh no, we needed him to break the bullshit. They knew exactly what they were doing. They were trying to gain a year of service. As soon as they gained that year, they gave him an extra day so it won't look obvious. And then they called him up as like, you saw that they called him up in the middle of a game that it was a tie game and they took him out of the lineup and you just got caught in your lie, but you trying to justify like, no, I think he's ready now. No, it's all roster manipulation. I get that, cool, it's business, but don't lie to people's face because we're not dumb, bro. Like Stearns thinks that Milwaukee, it's Milwaukee. Who the hell lives in Milwaukee? Like. The fan base and they don't care. They go see Cheesecake Factory. I don't know what the Cheeseheads guys. What the hell they watch football over there? Like the Green Bay Packers. That's what they focus on. They don't care about baseball. We breathe and eat this stuff. Like, bro, we dissect everything you say. Like, you're not gonna bullshit a bullshitter. That's what we are. New Yorkers are bullshitters, bro. We bullshitters. You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The other guy that that was mentioned today in terms of a possibility was Dylan Cease.
That one was weird. That one was weird.
That is a weird because San Diego's in the middle of a pennant race, but dude is 3-10, and his ERA is in the 4s.
I don't want no part of that, bro.
Yeah, I don't either.
You know why I don't want no part of that?
It gives you
Because they're gonna want prospects because San Diego slick. They're gonna want prospects because they got no prospects. Remember, they traded most of their prospects away in all these deals that they made. So they're gonna try to get a prospect from another team and try to flip him for something else that they want.
Right.
AJ Preller is a slick dude, bro. He is a slick dude. He did it to the Yankees. He did it to remember when the Yankees traded for Soto, the Padres, they flipped him. They got the Drew Thorpe, and then they flipped him to the White Sox for Dylan Cease. So they doing some slick shit, and I don't want no part of a guy that's a free agent at the end of the year. That's Scott Boras' client, and he has a 4 ERA.
And then you're gonna
You know
take
what
him
that tells
from
me? I'm good with
right.
Mata. Mata has a 4 ERA.
Right. And it's not, and it's the good 4 ERA kind. It's not the bad one.
I mean, Cease does have a high strikeout rate this year, the highest in his career. He's doing. I don't know. It's crazy to me that's what's going on.
But AP, think about it. Do you really think a team that's in the Walker, we're both right in back of each other? Do you really think they're gonna trade that to the Mets so they could face him in the playoffs?
No, I would imagine that they would want a solid piece back. I
would imagine they want to trade him to the American League.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're better off in the American League.
I could see that being like possibly like a Yankee move or something.
Listen, it could possibly be.
This is the best time of year because you see all these rumors and everything. There was a rumor that I don't know if it's true or not, but Stephen Kwan.
God would do it.
Boston got the lead right back. That's good.
Boston got it.
Boston got the lead back on the double.
It's a good day for me. It's a good day for me.
Well, let's wait and see. But what were you saying, Chris? Sorry to cut you off.
I think Chris froze.
Chris froze in the middle of saying. Oh, there you go.
No, I was saying shh, because now let's not jinx it because this live ends up with maybe
he was doing it for something else. Yo, son, not for real.
Oh, you thought I was gonna like, we got breaking like Mets news.
Well, no, but I know that's not gonna happen. David Stern said,
Chris said, "Yo, he's not trading for nobody."
David Stern said that it gets crazier like 3 days before the deadline. He basically told us a breakdown that teams are waiting to see where they are 3 days before the deadline, and this is what I hate about this new format. Is that everybody's so in it. Like, look, we got 59 wins. Check around the league. You know the team that had the most wins? 61. Like, it's right there. Everybody's bunched up, bro. Everybody's bunched up. And everybody got a shot. Arizona, everybody thinks about Geno Suarez getting traded. They only 5 games out.
Yeah.
5 games is 5 games. Like,
I mean, Boston was like looking like they were going to be sellers.
They won 10 in a row.
Yeah. This is why I do think that they should have kept that waiver wire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get why they decided to
push back the trade deadline to like August. So
mid-August, so people can make more trades.
Right. Or I honestly would have did that. I would have pushed the date back.
Now that we're talking about that, what is I want to ask you guys, top end AP, what is your ideal trade deadline that you'll be good, satisfied?
No, but Chris, before you say that, didn't you say that you had like a rumor that you heard?
About I got caught off.
I don't know, like it was a rumor.
Stephen Kwan. There's rumors.
Yeah, I heard Class A too. That there was Class A rumors out there.
Yeah, Class A.
You know, I would love to do a big trade. Like I would love to go like to an Arizona or a Baltimore or a Cleveland or Minnesota. If you could give me Minnesota's closer, I would love that. Like bring that dude in the 8th inning and just have a power pen. This is why I don't get Stern's philosophy at all. If we've seen the Major League playoffs, every team that wins with hitting and with power pens. And this dude just doesn't seem like he's willing to do it. Like the Mets, when they got off to that strong start, Minter was like lights out. Like we had a really good pen, like that, like we weren't hitting for nothing. The pen was holding us down because
The starting
the
pitching
starters
in the
only
pen
went
was
like 4 or 5 innings, like they've been doing now.
Steven,
Uh,
I'm gonna pull up Steven Kwan's thing right now, just because
but
that was
Steven
Steven
an
Kwan
Kwan.
would be a great addition. Dude does
Oh,
not
great!
strike out.
That's a guy
He's
that
an
gets
on
on
base
base.
machine.
right there. Yeah, just look at
You
his
could
regular.
you could lead
Don't
him
even look at
off.
his career. Just look at his regular season numbers, and that should tell you everything you should know about if it is true that they want to put him they want to put him on the market for trade. Go ahead.
Well, the rumors is they're listening to trades, and they said you're not gonna like this. Padres and Phillies are connected to
Oh
him.
my
Yeah, that would suck.
god.
That would suck.
Oh yeah.
Another
And
bat that we would have to contend with. I wouldn't be happy with
I
that.
wouldn't like that. That guy, this guy gets on base. Like he is a
Yeah.
pesky dude. He's a guy that you put
And
in
you
your
just
lineup.
know that those pesky dudes just kill us. Like this, it's the pesky guy that like that just
I
drives
want
them
to have a pesky
pitching.
guy.
I do. I want like I know that Nimmo used to be. Nimmo's gone away from that, but you know what it is to have a guy that brings up your pinch count. That's like getting you like 8, 9, 10 pitch at bats, and you're like yo, what do I got to do to get this guy out? We need more of that. We really do.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Damn, Chris. Now you got me. I was gonna to answer your question. I was gonna say fucking Suarez would possibly be my ideal trade, only because of the fact that again, I think they need more. They need a bat more than they need defense. At third base or at. I mean, again, he provides both, but I'm talking about from a perspective of a bat. You need a bat. You need a big bat that changes your
I
lineup.
think Stearns knows that. Stearns knows that. He's downplaying it, but he
I hope
knows
he
that.
does, man. I really hope he does, dude. Because you
Well,
gotta understand, you're in the right position to trade for him. Because, like I said, win or lose, number one, you're giving up prospects you don't know what to do. Number two, he's on a walk year. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to pay him, you pay him. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
listen,
doesn't really hurt.
my ideal deadline, like my dream. I'm gonna give you my dream, and I'm gonna give you the actual thing that's gonna happen. Like
Okay.
my dream is you get Suarez because he does a lot of things. He gets you better.
Okay.
I want to say better because Beatty's been great at third, so I can't really knock him. But he's
No,
great
right.
base defense. He hits lefties. He murders lefties.
Yeah.
Mets don't hit lefties. He drives and runs. He has power. You finally get a protection for Pete. Still haven't got protection for Pete. Still waiting for that one. So you finally do that, and now it lances. Now the bottom of your lineup. If Alvarez is gonna hit like this, you okay with that? You okay with the Beatty? But I'm pretty sure if you get a Suarez, I'm pretty sure probably Beatty's in that deal.
Yo, hey,
I'll do it.
One of the best
Alcantara's out there still
I'll do
too.
it.
Alcantara's still out there, and he just had a great game against San Diego. So there's a lot of people out
I don't
there.
want to touch that guy, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. That guy,
I think that you know that they coming back from Tommy John is always like crazy, whatever. But
so I think he's a trade in the offseason.
I would love to have him on the team now. Also, if you do make a trade with Arizona, you could make that trade and make it a bigger trade or and have a pitcher. But there's a lot of ways you could do that.
You get a pitcher, and the way this is my ideal, like my dream. You get Kelly and Suarez, and you get two bullpen guys, and I could be anything but guys that I've seen before. I'm not gonna say which names and everything because I don't know because Stearns he's a cheapo. Like let's be honest, we don't know how aggressive this guy's gonna be. But just get me two bullpen arms, whatever that one lefty, one righty. I prefer, but guys that actually close before. That has that kind of experience, and then I'll still go crazy and trade for Robert. I'll go crazy, bro. Like you got nothing to lose.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I really want to see what Robert would get in this market. I'm interested because I don't know. Like I know that and Philadelphia promptly tied the game up.
As I said, don't say no, man. These guys.
Yeah, no. In extra innings, you really got to get more than one run. So.
Oh, it's an extra innings? That's why?
Yeah, it's an extra innings at this point.
It's that extra runner shit, yeah.
Yeah, Boston sucks. I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, go get the players. We need to win.
But I'm gonna tell you, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen, and this is gonna get everybody upset. But this is exactly what we're gonna do. I'm looking for the most cheapest route. That's Stearns because he loves the cheap routes. He's probably gonna get.
It's gonna be a Rays player that we've never heard of.
Hear this one, because this makes sense, and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna see a reunion in center field with Harrison Bader.
Oh god. Who dropped the ball today against the Dodgers? Who could have won?
We're gonna see a Harrison Bader or Cedric Mullins, one of those two guys, and then two relievers that I don't even think their mom knows them. and we're gonna get Blackburn and say that's it. We good. We good to go.
Oh my god.
That's gonna happen, bro.
Chris doesn't want me to have a good night.
Coming back, isn't he? Steven Matz
Chris doesn't want me to have a good night, man. I had a nice night. I said, yo, I did my hate watching at 12 o'clock. Came out. The Mets were winning as soon as I came out the stadium. I was like, I'm gonna chill it with my guys, man. AP and Chris. I'm gonna chill with them to end the night.
I'm trying to lower expectation because, like I said, I want this man to prove me so wrong that I'm gonna go outside to Citi Field and build him a statue.
Now you know, Chris. You know what you gotta say, Chris. You know what you gotta say about him, based off what you did today.
I gotta say he's washed. I gotta say he's washed.
There you go. Yep. Exactly. Yo,
David Stearns, you hear me? You washed.
You washed, bitch.
Let's make a trade today. You're gonna say that for the rest of your life.
Yo, that's my line. Chris, you washed Torres.
Yo, but this episode is a dope episode, man. I appreciate y'all, man. There's a lot of information we gave y'all.
Yo, we still planning that
I'm gonna try to
get deadline
thing, right? It's a work day for me, but I'll try to.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see the whole family during that time frame. Just know, like they're just gonna be like, yo.
Listen, I hope so.
You might see me in the forklift, just jumping if they do a big trade.
Yo, if the Mets make a big trade, Chris might lose his job. So there's that. There's that to look forward to.
The whole warehouse coming down with me.
Like what?
I hope
so, made a big trade. Chris lost control.
I hope so. I hope that these boys.
And if they do a stupid trade, I'm crashing.
There you go. You get crashed out in more ways than one.
That's it. That's what it is. But yo, hopefully we get that trade deadline video for you. Live actually for you guys. And just have you guys, come in and just interact with us as we get a lot of the trades, because I feel like this is going to be a big trade, not only for the trade deadline, not only for the Mets, but for a lot of teams that are in need of certain guys at certain positions. But
we need a lot of things. We need a lot of things.
We need. Yes, we do.
We need a miracle.
Yes, we do.
We need David Stearns to stop being washed. We need David Stearns to stop being washed. That's what we need.
And we're heading to the 11th inning as the Phillies tried to steal second and got thrown out really badly.
Jesus.
So there you go. So 11th inning.
Boston scores 3 runs now.
Let's go Red Sox. Let's go Red Sox and good win today.
Let's go Red Sox. Give me Durant.
Give me Durant.
I'll take that. And maybe Chapman. Okay. Maybe Chapman.
Hey, Chapman. Yeah. I'll take Chapman if we.
No, they're not selling like that. They only sell one guy.
They're better off selling Durant than they are Chapman. They've already shown that. So yeah, you already got that. But hey, this has been a good series recap video. Obviously, shout out to the Mets for picking up the sweep against the Angels. Hopefully, that momentum carries into San Francisco, where we got to play a red hot Rafael Devers.
Top is showing his dedication by editing all this on vacation, while he could have been out in Atlanta doing whatever, and he's gonna
do Atlanta, bro.
There's nothing to do in Atlanta. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, no.
No, I mean, according to Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris, like you could be up all like Club One Tweezy for Sheezy, like you could be.
Listen,
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I ain't trying. I'm not trying to go down. I'm not trying to go to downtown ATL and and put myself in harm's way. No, not trying to do that. No, not trying to do that. But with that being said, like I said, shout out to the Mets for picking up the sweep against the Angels. Hopefully, it carries on to San Francisco. Shout out to my guys AP and Chris for always coming through. This is another dope video. Shout out to Mets Nation. Shout out to all the Mets content creators. We always show you love for doing what y'all doing. Without y'all, this wouldn't be possible. And shout out to the Met fans, man. We as content creators want to show other Met fans love and support for always showing the team love and support. And yeah, man. With that being said, this is another 7 Express Live.
Shout out to the Met fans that we some sick people, bro.
Yeah,
some sick ass people, bro.
Yo, only a Met fan could have watched that second game in that Angels series. Only a Met fan. Anybody else would have just like stopped. You would have
just went to bed. They would have just went to bed. That's all we know. But that's how we do it. That's how we do it. LFGM.
Oh, LFGM. Sorry, I forgot my vocabulary too. I forgot my letters down.
There you go. Queens get the money.
That's how sick we are.
LFGM, man. Queens get the money, and shout out to the sickos out there, man. But we appreciate you, and we will catch you on the next videos. By the way, fuck the Yankees. They just lost. Peace.
This is SNY's Gary Cohen, and this train ride is over. This is the last stop on the train. Please exit onto the platform. Thank you for riding with us.